Hi Gemini, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha. Happy birthday. Um, yeah, good to see you. I hope you had an incredible May. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to upload readings for May. Had a lot of technological issues with the Mercury retrograde, but we're out now. And that is very good. I'm very happy about that and excited to see what we have now for June. Just a little bit more shuffling and then I will get out the cards. Cool. Apologies for the sound, it's a little bit rubbish. It will be better next month. Right, so for you we have the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. For your love, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. And crowning, the energy they bring, the energy you bring, and the root we will just put there. So hopefully you can see that all okay. Right, so Right, so you start off with the Four of Pentacles. So this is about kind of holding back your emotions, holding back your communication. You're not communicating, and you just don't want to at the moment. This energy feels pretty intense. It's that for June anyway, and especially at the beginning of the month, it feels like you just don't want to move. You just don't want to move. You just don't want to move. You need to. It's like you're protecting your assets. And actually, what I'm getting is yes, protect your assets. It's like it's happening for a reason, and I don't think you know why. But it's just that it feels like very intensely you need to just kind of stay still and not give anything away. For your love kind of turns up as the Queen of Pentacles. So this can be an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. It's a female, it's a feminine energy, but it's also very abundant kind of, it's a very abundant, verdant, green, spring-like, happy kind of energy. Though in this card, she looks a little bit sad, so I don't know, I think maybe she's just a bit sad because you're holding on to, you're not giving anything away. It looks like maybe you're not available. It looks like she's kind of harking back to the past at something. Interestingly, for this reading, what I'm going to say is, like, if you're male or female, it feels like this, rather than this being you and this being them, what I'm going to say is, if you're male, then this is you, and if you're female, then this is you. So yeah. Basically, I'm going to kind of say to read it that way, because it's just showing up that way. So yeah, there's this on this masculine side, like he's holding on to all his kind of pentacles here, and the feminine energy, it's like she's kind of got everything that she needs and can look after herself, but she kind of wants this pentacle, like, that he's holding on to. It's like she's looking at it like, it's like he used to give her something and he doesn't give her anything anymore, kind of energy going on there. So that's just what I've got to say about that. There's a generosity over here, again, with this feminine energy. She's, it's like she wants to be generous. She wants to give. It feels like a giving kind of thing because she's got everything that she needs. And it feels like love, even though it's not cups and it is, it's a little bit wet on there, I'm not sure what that is. Even though it's cups and it feels like, it's not cups, it's pentacles. It feels like it is a kind of an emotional thing. It's like a love, a giving thing. And like she wants to give. Maybe it is financial. Maybe it is like financial support. And it feels like she can't, or she really wants to, but she can't, or it's not being accepted. Well, there needs to be somebody to receive in order for us to give. And if they're not around to receive it, it's more like these are two opposite energies. This is all about holding on and lonesomeness, being alone, being just you and holding on to things. And this is about the flow and the giver flow of things. So it's like there's a lot here to be given and there's somebody to receive it. So it's connection through giving and receiving. And that is a really important part of life. But there's a disconnect between that energy and this energy over here. And therefore, there's this kind of two of wands. So this masculine kind of energy going off in the other direction. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. One of these is going to resonate. So just kind of go with the one that does. That's kind of what I'm getting. So this energy, this person's looking in the other direction because there's this disconnect here. It's like they don't want this, there's this kind of lack of generosity here, and then this generosity, and it's like, no, I don't want to be the giver or the receiver. So it's more like it feels as though there's lack over here and there's abundance over here, but there's not a willingness to receive from this side, and therefore they're not receiving, and they rather kind of go out in the other direction. This is all about expanding the future into another direction, and that's kind of what's going on here. And this makes this person, kind of look in another direction with this Knight of Cups. Take their love. It's like, okay, I'll take my love in another place. I'll go give it to someone else over here. I will deliver this cup of love in this other direction. And then you've got this Two of Pentacles, which is travel. And then there's a lot of kind of travel. These three cards are kind of travel. This is like looking out across the sea. He's got the kind of globe in his hand there. This indicates travel, this Two of Pentacles. And this also, the Six of Swords, is about travel. So it's like there's this kind of moving away, sailing away, but it's like a back and forth. Like this energy goes here, and then this is like back and forth, and this kind of comes in again. So it's like I can see this back and forth of travel here with this energy. It's kind of like this person's had enough, though. This person's had enough of the back and forth. It's like, come on, this back and forth is really, I've had enough. Even though this is the infinity symbol and does represent infinite love, and it is kind of the way that things flow. So another message I've got, it's like if away from you isn't wrong, then is this back and forth, how is this back and forth then perceived? Just a little thing there for you. So maybe, because separation and coming back together is actually quite a healthy way to be. We don't need to live in each other's pockets. I always say often, sometimes it's a relay race. Sometimes we're not running together. Sometimes it's kind of like, yeah, this is the starting line, but this person goes on their leg and then cross over here and give the baton, and this person goes on this leg. But you're still the team. You're still a team. So, maybe we can shift our perspective with that Two of Pentacles. And then we've got this like 5 and 6. So this 5 comes first for me. So then there's this 5, which is, it's a victory. It feels like a victory for this person, because I think maybe it's like they feel this abundance, and there's this lack, and they kind of have enough and go away, but then they win, but then they feel like they've hurt this person by loving in the other direction. You will hurt this person by loving in the other direction. It's like, and it won't feel good. It won't feel good. And then the response is kind of the 6. So then they do come sailing towards you. It is about sailing to safer waters. But it is kind of moving towards you, coming after this 5. So it's kind of weird. Like, it does work in a way. Like, you kind of get what you want by loving the other direction. But it's kind of like, do you really want to? It's like you win, but you take the swords away from these people and you kind of hurt them. And it's kind of like a little bit. It's like winning for sport rather than a clean fight, if that makes sense. It feels like it's a bit of a dirty fight and not a clean fight, whatever that means. Okay, it's a little bit complex this, so I'm going to flip the middle energies over. So crowning is the Ace of Swords. Great. Energy this side brings in is the 4 of Swords. Energy this side brings in is the 5 of Wands. Okay, interesting. And at the root is the 3 of Wands. So, okay, it is still quite complex. So, the Ace of Swords here crowning is victory and truth and clarity. The truth is going to win through this. So it's just like, how fast can we get to the truth? It feels like there's a lot of kind of back and forth going on here, and the truth is getting a bit lost. So it really is like, but I feel like it will emerge throughout this month. The truth will emerge, but we're not quite sure what it is yet. Maybe we'll get some more clarity. But this person brings in the 4 of Swords to the relationship. This is like a rest, a pause, a chill out. This is a time out, chill out card. Like, we need a bit of a time out, which makes sense. I feel as though they're kind of fed up with doing all the giving, or not doing all the giving. Like, they want to give and they can't give. So it's like, well, there's no point me keep trying to give, so I'm going to give another direction, kind of thing. So they're kind of putting a bit of a pause on this person, a chill out, a time out. And I think it's also because, this 5 of Wands is about conflict, and it's like there's this kind of back and forth energy, conflicting energy, and I think it's boring. It's like, make your mind up, stop fighting, and stop going back and forth. And that's why there's this 4 of Swords. But like I said, can we shift our perspective and help them out? Can we help them out with this conflict with this 5 of Wands and this back and forth energy? Can we see it in a different way? Can we see this from a different perspective? Because it's like, I do feel like they need to be helped out, but they will come back towards you. They do choose you, basically. They choose you, this person. So, if this is you, you choose them. But if this energy resonates with you, it's like it comes back in at the end. But it just seems a little bit kind of, like I said, like the truth is getting lost and the truth needs to come out, but it will. I think maybe it's just the way that it happens. Sometimes things need to get a little bit messy and a little bit muddy, and there's a little bit of conflict, and there's another bit of conflict here with this 5. There's like stuff going on and back and forth, but sometimes we need to go all around the houses to find out what we want and our truth. And I think maybe this is what's happening right now. So it feels a bit complex, and to read the energy, it's kind of all over the place, but it's the truth is being born throughout the whole of this period. So maybe just kind of go with the flow. That's what it is about, shifting our perspective. Like, there's a back and forth and it feels all over the place, but it is finding you that clarity. So don't worry and do go with that. At the root is the 3 of Wands. So there's the 2 of Wands here and then the 3. The 2 is kind of sending your ships out, and the 3 is waiting for them to come back in. I mean, you can see them even in this deck. They're kind of there on the water. They're coming in. The ships are coming in. So I do feel like Oh, I forgot to do bottom of the deck. Sorry about that. So bottom of the deck is the Temperance card, which obviously didn't want to show up until just then. So again, that's about coming into balance. So things are really coming back into balance. And, you know, your ships are coming in. The ships will come in. So even though I feel like there's this frustration here, and maybe you can go off dilly, you know, kind of in another direction, you will. It's like you will, you know, the ships that you've been waiting for, they do appear. And the balance does come into this. And it's just for June. It just feels like it might be a little bit tumultuous. And it is your birthday month for a lot of you. So, you know, it does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. But it is about getting what you want, and you will get what you want. You will get what you want. This is really what this is saying. That ace is victory, and the 3 is about the ships that you've been waiting for. Whatever you've been waiting for will come in. Yeah, I'm just going to pull an outcome. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So we've got 3 5s here, which seems relevant. It's like this lack. It's very important that you maintain throughout this whole month, you know, the ability to see what cannot necessarily be seen easily, the value here. It's about shifting your perspective and seeing things from a different perspective, because there is abundance here of what you want is here. What you want is here, but for this month you just might not be able to see it. It feels like it's back and forth. It feels like it's muddy. It feels like it's going to look as though there's what you want isn't there, but it is. In this card, these 2 people, they look kind of desolate and poverty-stricken and cold, and they don't have what they need, and they're in need. But they're kind of just not seeing this church with this light and abundance and love and protection and warmth here, because they're telling themselves this story, and they're not open to this story. So it's just the light at the end of the tunnel is there. So just keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. And sometimes, you know, like I said, we need to explore the contrast of life, the duality of life. And it's, can you see that things are not necessarily right or wrong? Can you see that when it looks like things are going wrong, they are in fact going right in hindsight? When we say, oh, I'm so glad that went that way because this wouldn't have happened and that wouldn't have happened. I thought I wanted it at the time, but actually now I see that it wasn't in my best interests. So can we know, even in the middle of things going wrong, that maybe they are actually going right? Can we just let that happen? Can we just go with the flow? And that seems like what's going to happen this month. And always know that victory is happening no matter what. That seems to be the main theme. That it's like the balance of duality. There's 2 of Pentacles here. You know, right and wrong, light and dark, all those kind of things. And again with Temperance. Be careful with alcohol consumption, just came to me with that Temperance card. Because when what alcohol can do, from my perspective, is it can really makes energy more volatile. It like kind of makes it can jump along the spectrum very quickly. So if there's a lot of kind of spectrum going on, like shifting around, you know, from 2 ends going on already, if you then throw alcohol into the mix, it can become even more tumultuous. So I'd just be a little bit careful and aware of that in terms of this story that just came up for me with that Temperance. but otherwise, it's like a great. I feel like this is going to be a really good month, like a really good lesson for you to learn about, what I described. That things are always working out no matter what they look like, and can you kind of enjoy it no matter what? Can you kind of embrace it? Can you embrace life even when it looks like it's not going your way? Because it is. It very much is. Cool, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was very interesting for me. If you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you can get the reading next week. Do comment, share comments with one another as well, and with me. I do read them all. I can't respond generally because it just becomes a little bit too much of an undertaking, but I do read them all, and I enjoy it, and I love and appreciate your support and your enjoyment of this, and it is fun, and I want you to enjoy it, and I want us to love one another. And I do want us to see, that things are working out, because they are. They really are. They always are. And I think this month is going to be very powerful for you, and quite a good birthday gift. So I'm really glad that came out that way. All right then, lots of love. Happy birthday again. Have a great June. I've got something special planned for July, so do keep it tuned in. And lots of love, and I shall see you very soon.